Hey there. So I am starting a vlog, I guess you could say, to document my journey with my plastic surgery. I have decided to use Sonobello to do to remove my upper and lower abdomen, and also have the Ab EX to remove the excess skin. I had a consultation 2 weeks ago. That was the latter part of December of 2021. This is the first week of January 2022. And Monday, I went on ahead and booked my procedure to go ahead and get that done. So a little bit about myself. 43 years old, just have one child, 17 years old. I always struggle with weight. Just growing up, I've always been a heavy kid. Bad eating habits. It's kind of generational. I mean, that's just what we knew, just eating poorly. But after my son, well, when I was pregnant with my son, I had gestational diabetes. So I started watching what I ate. But as soon as I gave birth and I no longer had the diabetes, I went back to my poor eating habits, and I got up. So when I was pregnant with my son, when I got pregnant, I was probably 230s. And then by the time I delivered, I was in the 240s. But after I had my son, I didn't work for a year. I was off, and I was just at home with my son, and I gained all the way up to like 273, I believe, was my highest weight. And then I was nervous about getting diabetes again, and because it runs in my family, high blood pressure, all that. So I when he was almost two, I did lose some weight, and I got myself down to like the 240s, about pregnancy weight. And then I stayed there for a number of years. And then when I got into my mid 30s, I got better at eating. I started working out. Constantly. I had a trainer. My lowest that I got when I was really into it and really consistent and dedicated, I got to like 188. And I'm 5'6", 5'5", 5'6", in there somewhere. It's always different wherever I go. So I'll just say 5'5.5". But anyway, got there. Then I kind of got lazy, and then got back over in the 200s. So I'm kind of just lately been in between 200 and 210, 212, or whatever. So today when I weighed, I was at 211. And that's about where I was when I got my consultation with Sonobello. So that put my BMI at about 35. And you know, when they calculate whatever your prices, they calculate your BMI in there. So talk to them about getting my upper and lower abdomen, because even though when I even got down to like my lowest at 188 and working out, and I'll insert pictures in here, I always still had that little pudge, that little that just wouldn't go away, that little muffin top. Even if you know, I was working out, I was running every day, I was eating right, I just couldn't get rid of that little stomach area, and that little fupa little area, or whatever you want to call it. So it was always there, even at my best when I was running 5Ks, and it just never went away. So I've been thinking about this for a long time, and so I decided, okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. So thought about it, try to figure out a way to pay for it. I did not finance it. I paid for it flat out. Did a little robbing Peter to pay Paul, like with retirement money and things like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It got paid for. They do offer financing and things like that, but my credit isn't the best, and I'm just being transparent about that. But anyway, paid for it. Did get some deals. So the whole total with upper lower ab and the AbEx, where they're removing excess skin, came to $11,000. And that was even with some discounts, because then they add in the upper lower, the AbEx. Then you got to pay for your COVID test, you got to pay for your pre-op appointment, you got to pay for your diamond recovery kit, which I believe is like the compression garments, healing products. I want to say like the Arnicare stuff, just from what I'm was reading or watching from other videos of folks. And I think even all the other follow-up visits are included in that. They did, and then you do have the other surgical fees and things like that. So I did get a discount off of the surgical fee. I got $700 off of the $19.95 surgical fee. Got another $700 off because I paid up front for a future appointment, because this is January. My procedure is not until February. So I got a discount for that. And then they had another promotion where I got another $250 off. So that helped a little bit, you know, with that. So I'm looking forward to the procedure, and I'm on a journey. Want you to go along with me on the journey. So just being transparent about everything. I'm gonna put before pictures, when I was working out, when I wasn't working out, just to kind of you can get an idea of what I look like, and what I'm hoping to achieve. So this is pre-op. I'll probably, in this video, I'll just kind of condense everything into one video, from now until probably a week post-op, so you can get kind of a good picture of everything. Okay, so this is 48 hours post-op. Compression garment on. I have incisions here and here, around here somewhere, but they stopped bleeding yesterday, so I didn't put any more poise pads on them. But my incision, I put some underwear on, hopefully you can see, so, because it's opening right there, so I put underwear on just to hide it. But I still have 2 poise pads right here, just to cover that incision in case it still is leaking. So the tape is still there, it's pretty bloody. But overall, I could tell it's flatter, but it's not what I like ideal, because I'm still swollen, and they said 48 hours you'll still be pretty swollen. So it's really just tender to touch, no pain whatsoever on that. So yeah, that's that. With that, you can tell it's swollen. So hopefully in a few days it'll go down some more and it'll keep going. I haven't started massaging it yet. I did do the arnica gel or cream or whatever it is today, because I was able to take a shower today. So I took a shower, and after I got out, while this was in the laundry, just rub that stuff in. And it says 3 times a day, so later today I will rub it in. It's about 12, almost 1 o'clock here. And I took my shower probably 2 hours, no, maybe an hour and a half ago. So I've been back in this without the padding. So this is it. Still just swollen and very sore, just kind of tender to touch. Okay, so like I said, it's 48 hours since the procedure. So the night before, so today is Friday, I had my procedure on a Wednesday. So 2 days before, started taking the arnica tabs, taking those 3 times a day, 5 tabs under the tongue. Then Tuesday night, I washed in the antibacterial cleanser. And then that night also, I took 2 300 gabapentin, so that made me pretty sleepy that night. So I slept that night. I thought I would be up morning, but I couldn't because I was asleep. And when I woke up that morning, I was still kind of groggy from the gabapentin. But I woke up a few hours before it was time for me to head to my appointment, which was like at 8:30. So I was still a little groggy. But once I got up, showered again, ate breakfast, I was on my way. I was good. So when I got there, they had me take my, I did the consents. The doctor marked me up. I think I'll put a picture in here somewhere where I was marked up. Marked me up.
I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. Gave me the med, so I had an IV put in because they were going to give me IV antibiotics. So I took the Celebrex, I took 2 gabapentin, I took 2 oxycodone, I took anti-nausea and oxycodone, Xanax, gabapentin, Celebrex, anti-nausea, all of those. So that's supposed to make you kind of groggy. So usually I thought they wait a while before they take you back to start, but I would say I sat there for like 10 minutes playing on my phone, maybe 10 minutes, and then I was like, oh, you ready to go back? So I went back into the operating room, and they clean me down. I don't know, is it iodine, whatever it is, the orange stuff that they clean you off with or whatever, and laid down, plugged in the IV antibiotics. They put the vital machines on, the oximeter or whatever you call it, and the blood pressure cuff. Lay down, doctor comes in, they get everything set up, he'll get him gowned up or whatever. Then he pinches, little pinches of like, I guess some numbing stuff. Look, they were just like little pinches in the areas where he marked where he was gonna insert the cannulas. So he did that, and then he went in with the cannulas after those little pinches and was going in with the tumescent lidocaine and just kind of numb. It felt kind of like pinchy at first, but then after a while it was just a lot of pressure, so it didn't hurt. Then he did that all over on both sides, everywhere. Then after that, he went in and he said he needed to break up the fibers. So he then went in with another cannula and was breaking up fibers. Then after that, they went in with another cannula or something with the laser, and I had to wear these like sunglasses type things for the laser. And he went in with the laser, and I still didn't really feel anything but pressure. So then he went in with the cannula to do the liposuction, and at first it was still pressure, but then after a while it started having a kind of a pinchy kind of feel, like someone was pinching the inside. Like every time he hit, boom, I just kind of felt like a pinch. It wasn't a pain that I felt like, oh, I'm gonna jump off this table type pain, but I could feel it. And then it was getting really sore. And then he and I would tell him, like, when he hit spots that like, oh, okay, and then he would stop. He's like, okay, I'm gonna stop, I'll come back to that later. And he would go and go and go, and he was pretty in tune when I said, oh, that hurts. When he got down to the pubic area, because he did some suction out of the pubic area, that hurt the most. So he didn't stay there long. He put some more numbing in there, then let that sit and went back. So he was just going back and forth. He switched sides on the table, just going. And after a while, I started feeling it. Like I said, it was painful, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't stand it. It was just like, okay, just tough this out. Maybe as I have a high pain tolerance, sorry. And I was like, let me tough this out. So then after they did that, did all the liposuction, did all that he can, that he was going to do. It was time for the Abby X. And so in between, they let me go to the restroom. They had a bedside commode. So I did the bedside commode. Then after that, they laid me down, prepped me again. I did not feel the Abby X at all. I didn't feel them cutting or anything. And I slept through that part. I guess finally the pills that I had taken, they kicked in, because I was knocked out. I don't remember, kind of remember them waking me up and putting on my compression garment, getting me dressed. I don't remember being wheeled out to the car. I don't remember the ride home. I don't remember everything. I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember a lot past the liposuction until like later on Wednesday night when my brain started clearing up. But my cousin was the one that picked me up, and she was saying I was saying all kinds of crazy things. So whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So that was it with the procedure. So yesterday was Thursday. I was in bed most of the day. I got up every few hours and just moved around. Just soreness. When I got home that night, I didn't take any meds. I didn't want to take the oxycodone, so I haven't taken any oxycodone other than what they gave me prior to the procedure. So I was good with that. So yeah, I think I took some extra strength Tylenol yesterday morning, Thursday morning, um, along with the antibiotics. I started my antibiotics, but other than that, I've taken, from the time I got home from my procedure Wednesday night until now, I've taken 2 doses of extra strength Tylenol because I'm not in any pain. It's just kind of a soreness. And then where they did the Abby EX, it's just numb. I can't feel anything down there. And that's where the most of the swollenness is. So I don't really look much different. So I'm sure when the swelling goes down, so I'm saying all that to say that you'll be swollen, and don't expect that flat stomach once you get through with the procedure. But so far, 24 hours, I'm good. I'm getting ready to eat lunch. My cousin ran out and got some Panera for us. So I'll eat that. I will probably check in again next week, or add to this video when I do my 1 week post-op visit, and see how everything looks, and when they take off the tape from the incision, and see how the incision looks. But it's not hurting, doesn't feel infected or anything like that, so it's all good. Okay, so today is 1 week post-op. I had my 1 week follow-up today, so it's exactly 1 week from the procedure. The nurse removed the bandages from the where I had the Ab EX, and then changed them. I'll try to insert a picture of what the bandages look like prior to, and I'll show you now what I have going on now. So I have a new compression garment on today. So I left there with a 2X, and it has like 3 hooks on it, 3 levels of hooks, and I was all the way on the last one. I think that was even like at 3 days post-op. I could do three to the last row of hooks. And then after a while, I could just kind of pull it up without even unhooking it. So I wasn't getting a lot of compression, so she gave me one size smaller, and so I'm still on the first level, but maybe tomorrow I'll probably try to go to the middle row of hooks. Now the stage 2 garment, she said I'm not supposed to get into that until probably a couple more weeks, so I'm gonna stick with this one for now. So still swelling, but the swelling is still going down. The top is kind of hard here, but it's really, really hard down here where the Abby X is. So let me unhook this. Okay, so this is where I'm at now. So these 2 are the liposuction for the upper ab. This here and these here are from my gallbladder surgery several years ago. So those are just old markings. But then here and here are 2 other incisions for the liposuction. And then there were 2 more at the bottom. But then they got thrown away when he cut that part out for the Abby X. So what we're looking at here is the new belly button that I have. It's kind of crusty in there. They just told me to put some Neosporin in there 1 to 3 times a day. Start with 1, and if it looks too dry, then add some more. And this right here, this dent right here, is where my old belly button was. The doctor said I really didn't have too much of a belly button, and all I could say is maybe that's from when I had the gallbladder and they did something to my belly button, because he said it wasn't anything there. So he created a new one here for me. So still swollen here, down here where the Abby X, and I want to flash my private area here too much. So there is the incision, and it went all the way back there, and she just put new tape on it, and she said that it'll fall off with probably in a week or so, and then after that I won't put any more tape on it. And he also did a vertical incision there, so there's tape, and the nurse said everything looks like it's healing well. Right here, this area is where it's sore, and every day it gets better, and it was just really tender at first. Here is numb, like numb, and it is hard, really, really hard. It feels like lumpy and everything. And I did ask the nurse if I could start getting lymphatic massages, and she said wait another week, and then I will. So I'll set up an appointment for lymphatic massage next week, end of next week. So this is where I'm at. Still swollen, but it's way better than what it was. I'll insert before pictures. Like I'm just gonna trust the process and know that all of this is gonna look great as the weeks progress, as the months progress. So that's that. With that, so still swelling, but I mean it's better than like 2 days ago. So every day it gets better, and hopefully once I get the massages done, get this down, because this is the most swollen and hard, and like this side is bigger than this side, and then this is where all the bruising was, around here and just below, and that incision is right above my pelvic bone or pelvic area, whatever you want to call it. So that's where it's at 1 week. I'll try to keep it updated on the progress as the weeks go. Maybe not every week, but every couple weeks. Like, so maybe the next video will be week 2 and 3, or it may just be week 2. Just how my schedule goes. I'll go back to work next week. So that's where we are. It's not perfect, but it is better. So that's it. Any questions, just comment below.